Jota could officially be a Celtic player within the next 24 hours, but how much longer will Palma be at the club, with even more teams now interested in the Honduras star? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Jota set to come into Celtic. Looks like Palma is going to be leaving Celtic, and Kyogo's move to Rennes still has not happened yet for whatever reason, and we're going to talk about that a little bit right here in this video. But first of all, what about Palma? The guy came in, he was expected really to be the Jota replacement, and it's just not happened. He's not delivered. At one point in time, Palma would have probably been considered the key winger, the number one winger at Celtic. When he first came in, he was expected to be the big hit. He was expected to be the man to replace Jota and to be the number one, and it just never really happened. He was never as good as Maida. Forrest then started coming in to a good bit of form, and Forrest overtook Palma, and then we seen the transformation of Nicholas Kuhn. So Palma came in and he was expected to be the man. He's expected to be the main guy on the wing, and it turned out he was nothing more than like the fourth or fifth choice. And to me, Celtic should sell Palma. It cost them quite a decent amount of money, and you can't really get brought in for millions if you're just going to be a squad rotation player that plays sporadically. That doesn't make any sense. So looks like Palma will be leaving the club, and it has been reported he's already came close to leaving in this window at the start of the month, when Spanish side Real Vallecano bid at 2.5 million in a loan to buy deal. Now, for whatever reason, that move didn't happen, whether it be Vallecano pulled out, maybe Palma didn't want the move, or Celtic perhaps thought that they could get a little bit more for Palma. But regardless of that, there is more clubs now interested, including some Greece teams. So we've got POAK, they appear to be interested, as well as Olympiacos and Panathinaikos. So yeah, 3 teams from Greece here coming in, looking at the signature of Palma. It's going to be interesting to see which one of those clubs, if any, of them get Palma. And of course, there's also interest apparently from some MLS clubs. Now, maybe a move to America that might suit Palma a little bit more, geographically a lot closer, the USA to Honduras. So look, maybe Palma would prefer a move, but I think he's not going to be at Celtic come the end of this January transfer window, and I don't think it would be that big of a loss to Celtic, to be honest. If they can get a couple of £1 million back for the guy and they get him off the wage bill, then that's a win-win, because he's just not been as good. He's not been the player that Celtic were hoping he would be. Now, you could argue maybe he needs a bit more time because Kuhn came in and, you know, he didn't hit the ground running, but with Kuhn there was like medical problems and we knew that he wasn't like 100%. With Palma, there doesn't appear to be any reason as to why he wouldn't be at the top of his game. He just doesn't seem to be that good. So yeah, I mean, you could argue that maybe Palma needs more time, but honestly, I don't think more time's going to do anything. I just think Palma's time at Celtic may be up, and it looks like the board also feel that way as well. But let's talk about Jota. So apparently, within the next 24 hours, it is expected that he will become a Celtic player for the second time. Technically third time if you count in his loan move, then his permanent move, and then I guess his second permanent move back to the club. And it is going to be a 4-year contract that will keep him at Celtic until 2029 at the latest. Now, he's not going to be able to play in the match against Villa. However, he could be ready to make his second debut for Celtic against Motherwell at the weekend. However, it looks like Jota coming to Celtic will all depend on Kyogo. Now, originally when the move was happening, it was 2 separate moves, but it looks like that Rennes and Celtic both want these deals to go ahead, and neither club is willing to do one without the other. Rennes don't look like they're prepared to let Jota go without Kyogo, and it's the same for Celtic. Celtic do not want Kyogo to leave unless they are getting Jota. So it's not a swap deal, but at the same time, it looks like both clubs aren't really interested in either deal unless they get the other player. So that seems to be what is holding up the move at the moment. Rennes did want Kyogo. They thought Kyogo would be there possibly to make his debut against Monaco at the weekend. But we're 24 hours, 48 hours after that, and still the move hasn't happened. So I'm assuming if Jota does get announced today or either tomorrow morning, then we'll probably see Kyogo also be announced either Monday or Tuesday. So it just looks like one isn't going to happen without the other. And if Celtic could make that happen, though, if they could somehow persuade Rennes into selling Jota and keeping Kyogo, that would be amazing. That would be, I mean, if they can do that and get Kieran Tierney back in, which is speculated that they could. If they get Jota back into the club, if they get Kieran Tierney back into the club and keep a hold of Kyogo Furuhashi, I mean, would this be the best Celtic transfer window in fucking, I don't know, I was going to say ever. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but it would be a phenomenal window if that is the case. And of course, if that's not the case, if they do have to sell Kyogo, that leaves them time. The 10 million that they get for Kyogo, I'm assuming, would be respent on bringing another striker in. I think they would need to do that. I don't think Idah is the greatest. I don't think he's worth 9.5 million. Obviously, I've had a lot of ranting on Adam Idah. And for me, going into the Champions League, going into these playoff games, Celtic hoping to go into the last 16, I think that you want a better quality striker than Adam Idah. So, look, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But it does look like Kyogo will leave if Jota comes in, and Jota is supposedly coming in within the next 24 hours. So we just have to wait and see. But yeah, Jota coming into Celtic, Palma leaving Celtic, Kyogo also leaving Celtic. Got lots of players coming in, got lots of players leaving, and like I said, Celtic are linked with Kieran Tierney. They're also linked with a Danish defender, I believe, Matthias Kivsgaarden, and he's approximately £8 million. And then if Kyogo goes, I would expect another big striker to come in too. So yeah, we could see lots of movement around Celtic Park within the next 4, 5, 6 days of the transfer window. So it should be good. Anyway, guys, that's it. Fog Football. We'll catch you in the next one. Let me know down below. Do you think Kyogo for Jota, is that good? Do you want that? Do you think that is a good deal, losing Kyogo but gaining Jota? Or would you rather keep Kyogo and not get Jota? Let us know down below in the comments. I think that, I don't know, I'm 50-50. Jota's great, but Kyogo's the main man up front. It's tough. If Celtic can keep Kyogo and get Jota, though, that would be amazing. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, that's it. Till next time. Peace.